帶嚟有一啲居民或者附近嘅居民呢，對於佢有唔滿意嘅地方。喺目前嚟講呢，當然我係盡量去做一啲緩減嘅措施，將任何喺呢方面嘅所帶嚟嘅負面嘅因素咧減到最低嘅。咁喺整體北部都會區嘅規劃呢，當然呢，我哋係會全盤考慮北部都會區，我哋將會發展成為一個優係非常支援創科以及我哋生態方面都係優良嘅一個地方，係會整體謀劃。但係因為過往已經設置咗嘅一啲設施呢，當然啦，我哋係會盡量呢係用一啲緩減嘅措施去處理佢。長遠嘅規劃，當然我哋都會充分考慮不同嘅意見嘅。
我哋答多兩位嘅提問，先睇睇有冇英文記者需要提問。左手邊中間呢位。
Thank you. A few questions from RTHK about the arrangement to have people quarantine in Hong Kong before crossing the border to the mainland. Is there any preliminary details you can share with us, like the quota, the duration, and does this arrangement mean that Hong Kong has already given up a quarantine-free arrangement with the mainland? And my second question is about the reopening the border with the rest of the world, because Hong Kong is trying to resume normal travel with the mainland, and mainland puts an emphasis on preventing imported cases. How can Hong Kong further reopen the border with the rest of the world under these circumstances? Thank you.
In this proposal of doing quarantine in Hong Kong for people who wish to travel to the mainland, so that after doing this quarantine in Hong Kong, they will be regarded as having fulfilled the 7+3 requirements of the mainland. The main purpose is to, first of all, alleviate the burden of hotels in the mainland and making use of the facilities in Hong Kong, so that there will be more opportunities of allowing quarantine facilities for the wishful travelers. The second goal of this proposal is to ensure that we will have a system to allow a regular flow of people from Hong Kong into Shenzhen, fulfilling the 7+3 quarantine requirement. How this is to be done, of course, will have to be examined by the task force that will be set up between both Hong Kong and Shenzhen. As the purpose is to allow the would-be travelers to satisfy the 7+3 quarantine requirement as a standard procedure in Shenzhen, we have to, of course, seek agreement regarding the actual details of the implementation of the proposal, so that those who have finished the quarantine requirements in Hong Kong will be regarded as fulfilling the 7+3 quarantine requirements in the mainland. The task force will, of course, look into every details, including how, after the quarantine requirement, they will be going from Hong Kong into mainland without contamination. These details will be worked out closely by the task force, and I'm sure that with the indication from the leaders of the government in the mainland, in Guangdong and Shenzhen, there will be a way to ensure that the details will be worked out and then be endorsed according to the normal procedure and then implemented. We will try to do this fast. As always, we want to ensure that action comes quickly. this proposal of doing quarantine in Hong Kong so as to fulfill the 7+3 requirement in Shenzhen is in no replacement of other measures that we always try to seek so as to allow more convenience in allowing people to travel from Hong Kong to the mainland. We are working on all possible options, and there has been good dialogue between Hong Kong and the mainland authorities. So we are looking at all options beside this new quarantine arrangement. As regards the connectivity with the world, is always my intention and the government intention to allow maximum connectivity with the world. That is why we have suspended the circuit breaker system regarding flights and also introduced the 3+4 red and yellow code so as to allow more activities and allow more convenience for people who, according to the risk groups, need not be subject to very tight special arrangements. But one important thing I think we have to realize is that the number of infected cases in Hong Kong is high, average between 8,000 to 10,000. This is not just a threat to the very old and the very young who do not have a high vaccination rate. This is posing a serious threat to the public hospital service. Because of the large number of infected cases, the number of people, and it's rising fast. We have already cut public hospital service by 30%. So we need to control the number of infected cases so as to ensure the public service continue to provide service that is needed for society. It is a threat which we have to take into consideration seriously. The trend is still going up. We'll do our best so that the pace of its increasing will be reduced, and hopefully it will actually come down. That is why we have introduced various measures to try to lower the figure of infected cases. We also need the community to all work together so that the infected cases, for me to do extra things so as to ensure that the normal activities of Hong Kong and also visits to and out of Hong Kong can be given the maximum possibility.
今日記者會最後一個提問嘅，左手邊前排藍色衫男記者。
特首你好，我係明報嘅，我有兩個問題。第一個咧係你提及要成立13，即係同粵港嘅政府咧，即係大家成立13個專班嘅工作組啦。我想先問翻啲細節，譬如講內地對接嘅係咩層級嘅官員呢？港澳辦有冇協調幾耐開一次會呢？過去國務院或者即係各個省市嘅政府咧都有啲對口嘅部門，今次嘅專班有咩分別呢？同埋即係有一啲係譬如講香港範圍嘅規劃，例如北部都會區，香港喺呢啲規劃嘅事情上面呢，係咪仍然係有主導權呢？我哋決定嘅時候、商討嘅時候，係以香港嘅利益定係大灣區嘅利益先行呢？第二呢，係抗疫嘅工作嗰度呢，我想退下一步問，我哋抗疫嘅終局到底係乜嘢呢？即係個 end game 到底係乜嘢呢？即係如果一老一幼嘅接種率、疫苗接種率去到一個相當高嘅水平，市民係咪可以期望政府會放寬一啲即係社交距離嘅措施呢？即係政府嘅具體抗疫嘅策略，或者我哋能唔能夠全面通關？一個答案，我哋係咪要喺20大之後先至知道呢？多謝。
有關我哋同內地，例如係同廣東省所成立嘅13個專班呢，香港嘅官員呢，我講咗啦，係司長級或者局長級去負責嘅。咁所以喺對接方面呢，喺粵方嘅官員呢係相對嘅。同樣嚟講，喺深圳方面，我哋設立嘅專班呢，亦都係由司局長去負責嘅。 所以相對嘅官員呢，亦都係有相對嘅級別嘅。另外呢，喺大家成立啲專班去開會以及去聯繫呢，其實個聯繫工作呢，可以講呢係經常進行，可以喺一個禮拜裏邊幾日大家有開會。喺現在實際嘅情況呢，喺疫情之下呢，可能我哋有好多呢都好似類似我哋今日咁，有啲係經過電話聯絡，有啲係經過視像嘅會議，有啲可能要係經過一啲我哋聯絡嘅軟件等等嘅。呢一個機制呢，同埋聯絡嘅方法呢，係行之有效。大家都睇到，今日我縱然係喺線上同廣東嘅領導去開會，但係達到嘅成果呢，係實際同埋係充分嘅。咁所以喺聯絡嘅方式呢，係唔會任何影響到我哋實質喺推展我哋喺深度合作方面嘅工作嘅。第二呢，喺我哋同內地去對接，喺我哋整個14五規劃以及粵港澳大灣區嘅建設，都係為咗整體嘅利益好嘅。所有嘅利益都喺大家商討之下呢，係一致性咁去推行嘅。所以我覺得大家係應該以共同去推展最大利益作為依歸，冇任何排斥性，亦都應該呢係將雙方嘅問題呢係共同睇成互相嘅問題，從而去積極咁處理。喺我哋融入國家發展大局，以及粵港澳大灣區建設，同埋我哋一向嘅粵港深港穗港嘅合作機制裏邊呢，大家都睇到都係帶嚟對香港極大嘅利益，兼且雙方都係好大嘅利益嘅。而且喺剛才我都講，我多次多謝廣東省係有實質嘅例子嘅。喺第5波疫情，大家就睇到啦，廣東省派官員、派醫護人員、派檢測員嚟到香港幫我哋，亦都喺我哋嘅物資供應、食物供應方面作出充分嘅保障，所以利益係一致嘅。第二呢，就係關於我哋整體香港抗疫方面嘅政策，我同大家多次解釋過個策略。我有一個基礎要去保護嘅，就係我係要保護高風險嘅人士，係確保輕症盡量防止佢變重症，重症盡量防止佢死亡。雖然喺疫情之下，有好多人因為佢自己可能感染過，未必有事，但係我哋睇呢啲數字呢，唔可以睇成一個數字。呢個數字係生命嚟嘅。當有人死亡，當屋企例如有個兒童入咗深切治療部，個感覺同一個冷嘅數字係兩回事。所以我必須係對於高風險人士呢係作出適當嘅保障，亦都喺我做到呢一個保障之下，以及我哋喺我哋公共醫療體系可以維持應付到疫情以及一般嘅對社會嘅服務嘅期間呢，我個方向係好清晰嘅，就容許社會有最大嘅空間，容許我哋同國際有最大嘅接軌。呢一個策略呢，係我哋嘅基礎，亦都喺我設計任何防疫措施裏邊要考慮嘅基礎。希望大家明白，好嘛？多謝大家。
今日記者會到呢度，多謝大家。